Hi, and thank you for joining me at this webinar. My name is Karina. I am a sales manager at LEEF Blattwerk, a company that produces and supplies eco-friendly one-way tableware made out of fallen palm leaves, based in Berlin, Germany. We're going to speak about a very relevant topic today, which now officially found its way into an EU directive, effective from latest July 2021. We're going to speak about single-use plastics and more precisely tableware and its sustainable alternatives. First, I'll give you a general overview about the whole problem, and then we'll have a look at what kind of alternative materials are available on the market right now. Later, I will conclude and show you how our company deals with the problem and contributes to a sustainable future. So let me start by showing you what the problem is. Every year worldwide, by now over 400 million tons of plastic products are produced and only a fraction of it gets recycled. In 1950, the world produced only 2 million tons per year. Since then, annual production has increased nearly 200-fold. This means that except for the small amount that is incinerated, every single piece of plastic ever produced still exists somewhere here on our planet. Now, this leaves us with over 5 billion tons of plastic waste since 1950. Or in other words, the world has produced more than 1 ton of plastic for every person alive today, and now it cannot get rid of it anymore. Because what happens to this tremendous amount of plastic? As you can see on the diagram showing packaging waste, not even 1/6 of it gets recycled. So most of it is landfilled or just ends up in the oceans, causing devastating environmental pollution, harming nature, wildlife, and humans. But even if we stop dropping plastic waste in the ocean by the end of this year, microplastics would persist in our waters for many more decades and centuries. Just have a look at how long it takes for plastic waste to disintegrate. It's from 20 years to 500 years. It's insane. But more striking is that even after disintegrating, it doesn't mean the plastic is gone. It just lives on as microplastics, which means the amount of tiny plastic particles in our ocean will increase either way because the current quantity of large plastics on our shores will continue to break down, and any additional plastics will obviously add to it. As a result, we are consuming an enormous amount of microplastics every day without even noticing. Have you ever heard of the plastic diet? Well, we are all on it, and it doesn't feel very healthy because 8 million tons of plastic end up in the ocean every year. They break down into tiny bits called microplastics, which are small enough to enter our food chain. So we may be unaware, but we're breathing in, eating, or drinking plastic particles day by day. And this obviously has a crucial impact on our system because it basically affects every vital organ we have. The Worldwide Fund of Nature suggests that people could be ingesting on average around 5 grams of plastic every week, which is the equivalent of a credit card. Yummy. But it doesn't only affect us. By the way, while we're looking at these disturbing pictures, did you know every second we speak here, 700 kilograms of plastic get dumped in the ocean? And each one of us is responsible for more than 30 kilograms of plastic waste per year. That's an average within the EU. Still, despite all these negative impacts, global plastic production keeps rising. In fact, more than half of the global plastic ever produced has been manufactured only after the year 2000, and the largest sector, taking in more than a third of the whole plastic production, is single-use plastic packaging. designed just for immediate disposal. Things like takeaway coffee cups, takeaway boxes, cutlery, plastic bags, and so on. So let's have a look at the packaging production, since this is a big part of the problem. In Germany, for example, within around 2 decades only, plastic waste has almost doubled, and over 50% of it are generated by takeaway boxes, disposable plates, and bowls. So, what can we do? While we cannot change society overnight, we can definitely raise awareness about the issue and offer alternative products. But which other materials are there that can replace plastic one-way tableware? Let me show you. In the past years, we've seen the rise of alternative bio-based materials aiming to replace harmful plastic products. They all sound quite promising because they do not rely on finite resources such as oil, for example. Here you can see 4 bio-based possibilities. PLA, made from starches, paper, made from cellulose, bagasse, made from sugarcane residues, and palm leaf, made from palm leaf. The idea here is to use renewable material and, if possible, byproducts for the production of sustainable tableware. But how sustainable are these alternatives exactly? PLA and bagasse need a special industrial environment to decompose. It's like a proper industrial plant. But at the moment, the current infrastructure and legal roadblocks are not allowing to process large amounts of bagasse and PLA. So paper plates seem to be a better solution here, but most of them are coated in order to be water resistant, which makes them difficult to recycle. And even though alternative materials can be made out of biological resources such as cornstarch, sawdust, or sugarcane residues, their environmental footprint remains critical since their production requires a lot of water, wood, and intensive farming. We believe that palm leaf is currently the most sustainable material available on the disposable tableware market. And I'll tell you why. Palm leaf tableware is made out of naturally fallen dry palm leaves, and that's all. They are not coated or chemically treated. Their natural consistency alone makes them cut, water, and heat resistant. The leaves are a natural byproduct of areca nut palm trees, which are cultivated for the production of areca nuts. So palm leaf tableware is not an energy or resource intensive production, and of course there's no link to the palm oil industry. We're using what we call the borrowing principle, taking from nature what it has already given us, like an already fallen leaf, and giving it back to nature after using it, since it naturally composts within only 3 months. And also just look at it. Isn't it just beautiful? It's designed by nature. Each plate has a unique texture and offers a totally different user experience than eating from other one-way tableware. So how does our production work, and what exactly is our company LEEF doing to help lower single-use plastic waste? Well, we're collaborating with small local farmers and entrepreneurs in rural areas of India where support is most needed. We're ensuring fair and safe working conditions to more than 500 local female employees who lack employment opportunities in these regions. On average, the leaves fall naturally 4 times a year and are usually burned as an agricultural byproduct. But instead, they are collected for our company, dried in the sun, cleaned with water, and eventually pressed in the desired shape with the help of pressure and heat. The water is collected and purified and then reused. Also, Both packaging and transportation are optimized in terms of sustainability, which means our products come in compostable foil and CO2 emissions are offset. This allows for a transportation by sea from India to Germany with an extremely low CO2 footprint. In fact, it's comparable to a lorry drive through Germany. Also, our products are certified and subject to a double independent quality check, and we embrace a circular approach and thereby produce exclusively under certified fair and safe working conditions. So, through a holistically green value chain with maximal sustainability and minimal CO2 emissions, we want to counter plastic waste, ensuring an environmentally friendly production of sustainable tableware. We also contribute to the economic transformation in Indian regions, moving from a polluting textile industry to permanent employment opportunities in a sustainable sector. Also, through our additional brand called LEEF Unlimited, we run a non-profit project in cooperation with the World Land Trust, where we are not only reducing plastic waste, but also actively protecting endangered rainforests for future generations. All right. While we were focusing on palm leaf tableware in this webinar, there are way more possibilities this sustainable material has to offer. So I am quite sure that you will see more eco-friendly products made out of palm leaf in the future. But meanwhile, check out our product portfolio. Check it out on our website or get in touch via phone and email. You'll find our contact details on the next slide. As you can see, we like to design new things with palm leaf, so we don't have only plates and bowls, but also a wide range of products from sandals to takeaway boxes up to palm leaf spoons and so on. So thank you all for listening, and I am very much looking forward to hearing from you. And now, let's leave plastic behind.